death masks. I don't know what they're like. Some of them are similar to people who are alive now, but some of them aren't.
I think there's still more diamond pieces to come.
3.5 million responsive pages in compliance with the Epstein files.
How long would it take you, theoretically, to read through that? What they've released? 3,000.
More than 2,000 videos and 180,000 images are included in today's additional publication.
Apparently, they had 500 lawyers working on it to get it to this point.
But they've taken it back in, Belle. They released it and then took it back, but people have already got it.
Yeah, so the DOJ said that they've now released a total of 50%, which is the 2 million files, but they will not be releasing any more. And what happened when they uploaded it to a website is people obviously were like on it. There was loads of damning evidence against Trump. People have screenshotted it and saved it, and then they've deleted it.
Yeah.
So, but it's too late. Like anyone, like celebrities do post all of the time, like a tweet or whatever, and it's too late. If you post something, someone's going to get a screenshot somewhere.
It's out there now, isn't it?
Yeah, but Trump don't care.
No.
He does not care. He thinks he's untouchable, doesn't he?
He is untouchable, though. This is probably one of the reasons why he went back for presidential, whatever it's called, presidentiality. Well, how do they say it? Presidential, whatever it is. Because he knows that without that, he would have been looking at a sentence.
Well, I've seen him basically crying almost about, please, basically protect me because they're going to impeach me. Like if the Democrats get into power, they're going to impeach me. Like he kind of, it's almost as if because he knows he's going down, whether it's for his age and he just literally pegs it, right? Or it's because he's just like, let me just do as much. I honestly think he's a sociopath at this point.
Yeah, that's what I think.
It does make more and more sense now, though, that because he was desperate to get back as president. Desperate.
Yeah, the only way he can come out of it is impeachment, but that won't happen because of the numbers in the House and the Senate. So, and he's going to preemptively pardon himself. So then, this was a means to an end for him, really.
Do you think JD Vance will get in?
Oh, sorry, I'm not well and I can't hear.
No, I was just going to say, do you think there's a way that he'll get it so that JD Vance gets in? And
yeah,
well, I was wondering if he might be on his way out off of the mortal coil, and that's why he's kind of, because remember I'm so sorry, I'm not well, if I sound like a knob. Remember a few months ago when he kind of had like bruises on his hands and stuff, and people were saying it looks like he might, have some illness, whatever it was. Like, what if that was like a deadly illness and he knows that he's like not got long left, and that's why he's finally said, "Go on, release them," because I'm about to die anyway.
There's a woman on here, and her channel is nothing to do with politics. She does stuff about how people speak, and she does a lot of reviewing reality TV shows that are big in America and saying this is what they're, for instance, someone's suppressing what they really want to say because of pursed lips. Like she can read body, she can read language, she can read how your throat sounds when you're speaking, whether or not you're lying. And her assessment of Donald Trump is that, and she shows clips of lots of different interviews, and basically in the last 3 months even, it's really sped up.
Maggie, who is that? Dory? Sorry, Belle.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant the name of the woman. I was like, I don't think her name's Dory. Saying that she thinks that he's on his way out. It was to do with the fact that he gets so much saliva in his face and in his mouth, and he has to keep slurping. And that slurping sound is for people that have got advanced, I don't know the difference between Alzheimer's and dementia. But that basically, she also referred to the fact that he couldn't do golf recently. He couldn't get, and for him, for Trump, which golf is his passion, it's the longest time that he's gone without being able to do it properly. So there's all of these signs and indicated factors to show that he is declining.
Yara's just said in the chat, apparently the Senate are getting Republicans to impeach him. They only have five votes left, so it can happen.
I don't think it will. When I was looking,
They're
at the stats.
impeaching him. They're impeaching them all under the Working for Foreign entity.
It won't happen.
But it didn't work last time. I mean, I know that like, this is obviously a lot bigger, but like even when he got impeached last time, like the stuff that was out about him, that still wasn't even enough for it to actually.
No.
You've got to go through the House and then the Senate. It's just not going to happen.
I just feel like that, like you were just saying then as well. Like there's what is it, like 3 million files that were just released. Like I wonder if the entire internet have even looked at all of them. Do you know what I mean? There's that many of them. There's probably some files there that no one's even seen yet.
That's what I'm saying. Realistically, Baguette, yeah, how long would it take you to sit and read through 3 million files?
Yeah, it would take a long time.
You know, they don't have to read through it now.
But a lot of it is pictures, isn't it, and videos?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know,
they
but
just-
that's what I'm saying.
they-
With the videos, though, like you said, when you think about it, yeah, when you put a TikTok video together yourself, you throw a few clips into it, you're in at a 20-minute video. Like, how long are these videos and, like, how many hours is it going to take to go through them all?
Yara has said that she started at 6:30 this morning. Apparently it's all on Reddit, the whole thing.
But you know what
3
they do
million
now?
though.
They AI scan it now, so all the paperwork is AI scanned and then search through that and the videos. They do it for CCTV
Right.
now. You know, for an M somewhere, they search through, hundreds of hours of CCTV, and that's just local.
Well, I've just googled it, and so if there's 3 million documents, if you spent 1 second looking at each of those documents, it'd take you 34 days, 17 hours, and 20 minutes without a break. So, no, the internet has not looked through all of those documents yet.
No, it'd be mad. I advise you all to take time to read it or snapshots because it's insane.
The thing is, though, it's like, it is insane, and I do believe in like looking up things and doing some critical thinking about stuff. Not that there needs to be much with Trump, but also I don't know if anyone else feels like this, but you kind of feel powerless as well, because what this has shown, whether he's threatening to invade an ally, whatever spin they put on stuff, which I think is just a distraction for the Epstein files anyway, right? You just think these people are voted into power, and then the worst type of people, when they get into power, you can't get them out. So what are we supposed to do? And I'm not talking about him specifically, I suppose, because it's not our country, but what happens if reform get in? I'm not saying reform is
This is what I'm going to say, though, that it doesn't matter what happens, because just look at our government, for say, like, it don't matter who gets in, it'll always be the same script they all read from.
Yeah.
All of them. Like, they all get run from the hierarchies higher up than them. So they all have to read off that same hymn sheet, don't they?
I just and the spin is crazy, because, like, for instance, Sorella Braverman is now saying, like, oh my god, yeah, Broken Britain, and there's just so much evidence of her being the one to say, oh well, she put her name to the Brexit agreement. So all of the stuff that we're suffering with now, that she was warned about, she said she didn't care, and then they put it through anyway, and now wants to defect to reform and say, oh, as if it's like a surprise.
She's already in reform now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but she's in reform. Well, you know what? I hope the whole thing implodes on them, because it's just for the Tories, It's
So
what is the
I was just about to say, so with Trump, yeah, do you ever think that if he does, obviously, well, I don't think he'll ever just step down with the obvious thing, but if he don't get it on the next term, do you reckon he can still be brought up for the charges, even if he pardons himself now?
No, so the only way it can be, so in the third term situation, you can only be extended into a third term if you're in a war. So if your country's involved in a war, then that's the only way that you can stay in, because they
Oh
wouldn't.
my god, TJ, that makes so.
What?
Yeah, that's
So
the
is that why
only
you
Yeah,
way.
can't
it's
start a
unconstitutional.
war?
Isn't it?
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Unless you
Oh
change
my
the
God.
constitution, but your country has to be fully involved in war and a legal war. So that's the only way he could do it. In terms of the impeachment stuff, that's the only way, because post-presidentially, if he pardons himself for anything, which he will do, then anything that comes up afterwards, he won't be able to do it. The only thing that you could do him for is sort of under the spy legislation of being a foreign spy and stuff like that, which is too hard to prove.
Yeah, that's 100%
That
right.
makes so much sense with
Yeah.
what you just said then about, but if he's in war, then he can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look how Rago is running around at the minute.
It would have to be at the point of like within 6 months or whatever of his term finishing, and I think there's some restrictions within the constitution. The only other thing is changing the constitution, which I think he'd struggle with, but you never know.
It is Trump we're talking about.
Yeah, true. But changing the constitution, even within the Senate and Republicans, is probably a step too far.
But could he do it?
He against the Constitution anyway, though, by what he's been doing?
In terms of,
Well, like for instance, what's happened in Minneapolis and Minnesota.
With the ICE agents and stuff like that.
but he's using law to do that. So there is a law, the Insurrection Act and stuff like that. So he's using legislation. So it's not constitutionally, I suppose. There's that conflict, isn't there? I mean, I agree with you, but
Has he brought in the Insurrection Act? Because he was threatening to do it, wasn't he?
not yet, because
No.
He said that they will remove all ICE if Minneapolis and Minnesota give them their voting role.
Say that again, Button.
So he said the only way that he will get ICE to come out of Minneapolis and Minnesota is if they hand over each state's records of everyone that voted in the last election.
What the And were these places people who were against him?
Well, yeah, so that I suppose they can specifically target Democrats.
Yeah.
Minnesota was a Republican voting.
Oh, sorry. But he it's whatever the blue one is. That's the one that he wants. Like
so when you vote,
confirmation.
when you vote, are all your votes registered, logged as to who you voted for, or is that just in America? Or because I always presumed it was like anonymous.
It is anonymous. Yeah, it's just a push. So it's a paper exercise in there, and some have got computer systems, but it's still, it's a bit dodgy there. But it's still.
Yeah, I hear that, Yara. I do hear that.
It is. I mean, I know. I don't think, other than being at school and learning about the big H man, right? I don't think that we've seen fascism in the way that we're seeing it now, because I think I've always just thought of it as being violence and of being, the worst of the worst at the end. But actually, these people get into power with a smile and with a promise of a different, and with the alienation of us and them. And so when you look at the playbook, or lots of patriotism, flags, things that we've seen in the UK as well, right? This whole thing about how others are spoken about, a virus, vermin, illegal aliens, it's all to separate us from people and see ourselves as different. So then it's
Is that how many ICE agents they have? Sorry, they have 21,000 ICE agents.
They're just recruiting all of the time.
But remember, that's from the board.
An army.
Yeah, but remember, that's from the other agencies which were separated. So they've just compiled them as ICE agents, but they're all from border and patrol agencies from around. They've just sort of used them to do this.
That's wild. That's a little army there, mate.
Yeah.
I'm just reading through his agenda 47. Some wild shit in that as well.
Yeah, that whole booklet is basically his playbook.
Yeah, his playbook. That's
Which
what I'm
one?
looking at now. Agenda 47.
All
Sorry,
right.
I'm over the other side of the room. Yeah, Agenda 47.
Has anyone read 1984?
I've not read it, but I know
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, George Orwell, 1984. Now,
Yeah.
the only reason I say it is because what I find really interesting is one of the things that happened in Big Brother, 1984, is that like the Ministry of Peace is basically about war. And there's a lot of that language going on as well in America where it's like the opposite is true. And it really messes with your head because obviously, if you think of something being the Department of Peace, well, okay, it's about peace talks and bringing peace, but actually, it's the people who are inciting war that come under peace. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's so much in there that is feels really, really relevant. I know people reference Handmaid's Tale as well, but I just feel like 1984 is again a bit of a playbook for
Yeah.
how they want things to happen, and also delete things as well, like change history.
There are some things that I haven't really got too much issues with. So, say for example, changing the name of Department of Defense to Department of War. It used to be that in play, earlier on. I'm not. There's nothing in that sort of startles me too much in there because there's many countries that have Department of Wars, and it was a NATO thing anyway. But there's and things like if you have to go to war, then you do it in a targeted, short-term way rather than elongated like we have done in previous years. So there's things like that I'm not too concerned about fully, but the butt of it is you can change all that top layer stuff, but then there's the element of the reason why you go to war. So irrespective of how you conduct that, it's the reason why you're going into war. When you cut things like, even in this country, when you cut things like foreign aid, and I know it's an easy win for people because it's a media thing, it's and people say, well, why are you sending money here and that? But it's a play of soft power, which means you don't have to go to war. So when you can go to countries and you can better that country in terms of either waterways, in terms of irrigation, in terms of food, in terms of all that, then you've got less likely people coming out of that or it turning into a civil war where then you would likely have to get involved. And I think some of those things are just getting missed, and you get this perpetual playbook by people about foreign aid and this, that and the other, but you realise only in 10, 12 years, 15, 20 years, the effects it have. And then when we have to go to war, then you realise why that stuff was important, but then it's too late.
Yeah.
And this is what I worry about the Trump era, is there's some things that, might be right and people can see some of the elements around that, but it's this undertone of this, exactly what you're talking about, No Face, this playbook, where it's all about gaining what happened in George Washington era, in that sort of world where you just have control by manipulation, by force, by power, and by weapons. That's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I never understand. Well, I understand why, but it's crazy to me that, with what's gone on in Gaza, how many countries, such as ourselves, were sending was allowing, Israel to have the weapons to continue what they were doing.
It'll always be that way.
Yeah.
I don't think anything will change in that aspect.
No Face is moving further and further away. Thanks for inviting me up, but I need to go and put child to bed, but I'll keep listening. And also,
Rest
can everyone
up as
send
well,
No Face a
Baggy.
heart me, because that's really kind.
It is.
Hope you feel better, Baggy.
Thank you. I will.
This other thing about the Epstein files.
Sorry,
and stuff?
TJ.
Yeah.
Sorry, just before you go, I just want to say, can everyone just tap the screen, share it out, just to push the live out, please?
Yeah.
And thank you so much. And heart me's if you can.
Post it to your story as well, guys.
Read these Epstein files. You think about how much, not this one man because he had a little networker there, but the spider web of people that are such wrong-uns in such influential positions that influence so much of our lives. You know, you have people who are financiers who control interest rates in countries
Yeah, it's
that were
mad,
part
isn't
of
it?
that.
But there's been big people that have been saying this for years. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But no one ever listens.
Why do you
say
think they
about
didn't
Hollywood
listen?
and that.
People are called wrong uns. Do you know when I say to people this thing I watched, For the Cabal, which people like, they're like, oh, it's conspiracy theories. I don't like conspiracy theories. But there's literal evidence and proof there that these things have happened. John Podesta, if you look John Podesta up, there's a video of him with a child and they're singing and the kid is scared and the kid's crying and like it's just crazy. It's
Where's
just
that
absolutely
video?
crazy. I think you can find it like on TikTok. They're singing somebody that I used to know by Goit, is it?
Yes.
But it's just like from where people have been told they're crazy, or even Kanye West. Like I know he said some crazy shit about like Schnazis and whatnot, but if you just go back and look at some of the stuff he said, and he's trying to tell people, and then they're telling you, "Nah, Kanye West is mad. Don't listen to him." Do you know what I mean? And people like Jay-Z and all of these people were coming away from him because it's bad for their brand. But Jay-Z's another one. He's a wrong un. Beyonce, wrong un. Yeah, for the cabal.
Mentioned, isn't it? Again.
Yeah, I think Jay-Z so far has got away with a lot of stuff, but I do think he's a very powerful, a very involved man.
Influential as well.
Right, so
Yeah.
he's saying that'd be controversial. If he's heavily involved, do you think Beyonce is?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
she knows. Yeah,
She's got
definitely.
so much power and so much influence. It's crazy.
And if you think she has, then imagine the people who, like Podesta, that's Pizzagate, right, Guy? Is it? The Democratic.
Yeah, it's all to do with that with Pizzagate.
Yeah, so the power he had.
But
was-
in that, TJ,
Yeah.
in the For the Cabal, they're making Donald Trump out to be a hero. So they're saying that he saved children and blah, blah, blah. Like, you have to watch it to understand. But they're basically saying he saved kids, which I don't believe. But I think that's like people from his side putting stuff out there to make people that he wants to look bad look bad.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But also, didn't Jay-Z meet Beyonce when she was 16? He was 28.
Was that the age difference?
But yeah, there was a big
Yeah.
age gap. And also,
Yeah, she was
Paul
16.
Walker was another one that was with, his missus was 13 when he was like 27 or something
Yeah, but
ridiculous
he's
like that.
another one. He's another one where he was going to speak out on a lot of things, and then obviously his accident happened, where his car thing. And they say that, like they say, he was a good driver. He was a good driver and stuff like that. They reckon his brakes were tampered with, and he
Same
was
with
ready to
Aaliyah as
speak
well,
out.
The singer Aaliyah.
Yeah, there's so many. I've seen era of Trump saving cats. Fuck's
So
sake.
in these files, is there anything that anyone's seen that is categorically offences?
Yara
Where people
said
have
she
committed
has.
offences? Oh, she has?
Yara
Sorry?
reckons she has. She reckons that there's a lot.
Because the problem with this stuff is, all this stuff comes out, and yeah, there's obviously the moral thing, you can be cancelled, all that sort of stuff. But no one so far in any of this has been taken through courts or any sort of legal process.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Can they? Because of what's out there, is it really enough to say, yes, this happened?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Not in the previous ones, from what I know, but in this one, obviously, I haven't seen them all. But I just wondered if there was anything that was concrete in there that.
I don't think there is, and that is why, although it's really, really unfortunate to put so much emphasis on the victims coming forward, I think that it is going to be down to the victims coming forward if anything is going to happen, because otherwise they can just say, well, it's his word against hers. So it's going to, in the same way that that's what the Me Too movement started, that something's going to have to happen with the victims agreeing to not be anonymous, and that's bring him down that way.
Whatever happened with Epstein's first, what's the way of putting it? So, like, legally, like who he got done for. Because remember, he got released. Was it back in 2010? Because he got done for that girl in Florida, didn't he?
Yeah, but I don't know too much about it, but I would have thought, without even looking, he's got
This
friends
is
in
probably,
powerful places that would have
yeah.
got him off with the hook.
Yeah. I think a lot of these people haven't they?
Yeah. Same as P. Diddy. Look at P. Diddy, all the charges against him. Trump got rid of as many of them as he could get rid of, and he was left with the lesser charges because they knew they couldn't just release him. He had to be done for something.
So Pink Staffy and all of that you've seen, is there anything that, because there's obviously the flight logs and like you said, the evidence list and stuff like that. It's just, out of all of that, you think how much they've got and they've still got more to release. There's not one video.
Yara said she's seen stuff. A victim has said he punched her and said he will bury her in the golf court. And there's pictures.
There's lots of the security of Epstein and Trump threatening people, to unalive them, that they'll never see their families again. And, when you think about Andrew as well, the fact that the late Queen Elizabeth, was so pro Andrew that they paid off apparently someone he's never met £12 million or dollars. So you think, how many other instances as well are there of people who have accepted money or maybe signed NDAs?
So I've got court records from the files. In fact, I'm going through the court records now of people that was claiming against him of the abuse.
Civil or criminal?
Yeah, the civil. Yeah, the civil.
Yeah.
I've got 300 and something court records that I've downloaded.
What's the name of the girl he got actually, he's a felon, isn't he? Because he did actually get charged with rape. He is actually...
Yeah, so he was...
Yeah.
So Epstein was charged back in Florida, was it, originally? And he's spent time in prison, but it was an open prison. He was allowed to leave to go to his office and do work. What's this one
but Trump,
here?
though, wasn't Trump's been convicted in the state of New York for rape?
Yes.
And also he tried to get it overturned, and he tried to accuse the woman of defamation of character, and the judge said no, and actually we're going to say what it is. He says it was forcible penetration with fingers, which and the woman says no, it was the other thing. But I'm not being funny. Anything that a woman has put in her body against her will is rape, in my opinion.
Yeah, of course.
So this one here I'm looking at the moment doesn't give a case number, but it does give the plaintiff's name, a name, Juliet Bryant, and she was 20 years old. That lasted years and included trafficking to each of his homes in the United States and Paris. The plaintiff was a young girl living in South Africa.
Do you know Virginia? Do you know Virginia Guthrie? So obviously she was the one who she come out. She said what had happened. She said about Andrew, blah blah blah. Anyway, then after Epstein unalived himself allegedly, do you remember she was in a car crash?
Yeah.
She was in the hospital and she was like, "Listen, if anything happens to me, it's not me doing it. They have done it to me." Next thing, Virginia Guthrie's unalived herself, but they were trying to get her to unalive her.
Yeah.
And they did in the end.
When does this one? This one dates back to February. It was filed February 2010 by Jane Doe 103. I'm just scanning them all because I've got so many here that I've downloaded. It's like throw a dart at my computer and decide which file to open. Do you know what I mean? This is a grand jury one. That's a grand jury one. But yeah, I've got quite a few, but it's going to take forever to go through. Go through everything. I've got all the flight logs. I've got all the evidence thing. I've got some of the Maxwell stuff.
Any new people on the flight log that we didn't know about?
The flight log's really hard to read because let me just see if I can find it. Where is it?
Is it heavily redacted?
It's not redacted. It's they've photocopied the flight log, and like when you quickly put things in a photocopier, it doesn't always print clearly,
does it? Yeah.
Yeah, and like some of it is like, what the hell is that? Does that say? Because it's all handwritten in the flight log. It's not.
It's 2026, and we're getting shoddy bits of malfunctioning paper. Paper being
Yeah.
Uploaded. But did you see that? I think it was the first film that No Face played, and is in the White House. Has something to do with the releasing of the files. They're all in on it because even the journalists asked the question. If there are people in this file that are going to be prosecuted, and he changes it from girl to woman, number one, because they weren't women, there wasn't a single woman, they were all children, but also as well, like the smirky, smug look that they all have on their face. It's as if it's like, yeah, we know that he's banged to rights, but no, we're not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I'm trying to find these.
You know these court
When
documents
the
you've got,
fires were
Steffi?
happening
Yeah.
in LA.
Who are they against?
So they're against him. So they're people that he's abused who have taken him to court, I think, from what I've seen so far. Although there was a grand jury one. Where was that? I've just come out of that one somewhere. Where is that one to?
The New York one was a grand jury one. But
Just come out of it. So I've got so many zipped files here. That was dataset 1 zip files, I think.
Yeah, I remember that about the fires.
No, they're the images. I've got loads of images. Was it dataset 2 that I opened? They're images. The trouble is, the way they've done it is it's like a number and then PDF on the end. Does that make sense? So
ironic.
I'm going to have to go through and reword like a load of stuff. Or, oh, hang on, what's this one? What's... 5 pages of just redaction. That's brilliant. Well done.
Yeah,
that was worth putting in there, wasn't it? I'll have to go back and find it. I can't remember which file I just opened. What's this one? Somebody's got blue eyes and blonde hair, female, white. Driving license details. Don't know who it is though.
Just on a side note, if you don't put grapes into the freezer and eat them, there's something wrong with you.
Oh my God, TJ.
And it's so good. Sorry.
Reported to have been involved, something, may have information. She has done some type of media interviewing regarding JE victim. What the fuck that is? I don't know. I mean, I could spend, months going.
Yeah, like actually frozen, Katie.
Yeah, people put them in their drinks, don't they?
I understand, declare that I am employed in the position of...
Okay, so are you able to put up the thing on the screen for people to read it?
Yeah, what is it? Send it over to this Cam 2 account and I'll be able to do it.
Okay.
Is it the one with the highlighted all yellow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did tag you in it, Alan. It was on that screen you just looked if you scrolled down.
Oh yeah, I've got a copy of that as well.
Obviously mentioned you.
Data set 5.
That's it.
David Attenborough would never be in there.
Stop. I can't cope.
You need to catch
Picture
him.
of a police file. Why have they taken a photo of that, for Christ's sake? I'm just randomly clicking now.
The thing is, you won't be able to see it.
No, you won't, will you?
Let's come out of data set 5. shall we?
Yeah, you wouldn't even be able to read that from down in the chat.
No.
Keep screening, keep zooming in. Can you zoom in more?
No, that's as much you can zoom in before it gets blurry.
Do you want me to read it from my other phone?
Yeah, read it statement by statement. We'll keep it up.
Yes, also, this is a redacted version. There is a version
Flight
where
log,
it says
just found
the
it.
names.
Oh, okay.
There's, like, see where all the black squares are? There is a version where it actually lists all of those. On the right-hand side, those big black blocks, they're all names.
Let's find that one.
So on the flight log,
If anyone wants to send me that, you can.
Yeah, okay, I think I've got that. Hold on, I'll go to my messages.
Yeah, because I can access it on my other phone, and then I don't mind. I will have to reword some stuff, though, by the way.
in August 1991, on the flight 22nd of August 1991 at 7:15, the person they've put down that was travelling, they've put human. Fucking brilliant. That's a great flight log. I mean, if anybody's got any software that can bring this writing up a bit so it's readable, I don't mind sending it over. I mean, this is... I buy court stuff all the time, and so this having access to this website is like nothing for me.
Can you turn it into like a like when you have like that negative photo? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right,
Jeffrey Gas, whatever she's called, Maxwell woman, is with him there.
Oh,
somebody called Mark. I mean, it's probably all of these that are photocopied shitely that have got any... Oh, hang on. We've got Jeffrey, Maxwell, and somebody called Heather. Wasn't Heather one of the girls? That was October 91. What date was it? The 7th. Where were they going?
Do you want me to read you a list of the...
PBI. They went from PBI, wherever that is, to DCA at 9 in the morning, was that?
Do you want me to read you a list of the prominent people in the logs? So you got Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, Andrew Mountbatten, Steve Bannon and Howard Lutnick, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Richard Branson, Steve Titch, Melania Trump, Ellie Weisel, Phil Collins, Minnie Driver, Kevin Spacey, Chris Tucker.
Not Phil Collins.
Yeah, Diana Ross and Mick Jagger. Ehud Barak, which was a former Israeli Prime Minister, David Copperfield, Peter Mandelson, David Brooks, David Blaine, Woody Allen. Then you've got people like... but this is where it's like... some of these, it shows that we're going to charitable events and appear once or twice.
Woody Allen had a bit of a reputation for the younger girls, didn't he?
Did, yeah.
Yeah, he married his wife's adopted daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just... I know, I went to see Phil Collins live. I'm gutted now.
But doesn't mean there's a
paying to
wrong.
go and see a nonce.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Tuckerman. Does that sound like a surname we recognise? I don't know, it just stands out to me.
Oh, what, sorry?
Tuckerman. Steve and Judy Tuckerman.
No. I'm just waiting for that file that you've got up there, but with unredacted, because... Bono? Oh, no. It's mad, isn't it? All these names that are coming out now.
Can
and
I
you
just
sit
let everyone
there.
know that Tupac never went there?
Well,
Big up to Tupac.
Neither did Stephen Gately.
Stephen Gately.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the username to send the screenshots to? Send it to this account that I'm on now because I can access it on my other phone.
I mean, hang on, let me just.
Thanks, Yara.
You don't want to see me. Turn that around.
Neither did Taylor Swift.
Like this is the how bad it is being photocopied. It's just horrendous. But yeah, I'll take my camera off.
the Queen never went either.
How do I take my camera off?
God rest her soul.
Yeah.
Turn it around, turn it off. There we go. Yeah, but if anybody is able to, I don't mind sending this over. I mean, some of it's in pencil. Jeffrey and Kim. Who could the Kim be? A lot of these don't have surnames attached to them. That was 19th of September in pencil.
What is this thing you're showing now? What is that?
So,
I can read that. I don't know if it's the same part I've got here, but I can
I've got
read
it
it
here.
out.
Yeah, and what is it? What is it? What is the context of it?
It's hang on. Basically, it is are you able to send me full NTOC report? We need to interview regarding the redacted, I think is actual allegations. Thank you, Special Agent Child Exploitation and Human Trafficking Task Force. So then it's just like the name of the complainant. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the complainant summary, the response, and criminal history. So,
right. Do you want me to read it?
yeah, if you want.
Okay, I'll have to use TikTok friendly language.
Just do the highlighted part.
Yes.
But have
Yeah,
you got the
so-
one where it's 6 pages?
Yeah, I've got it all here.
Yeah, okay.
So I haven't got the redacted, so I haven't got a name on there, but it says it's something reported an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform something sex on President Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. The friend told Alexis that she was approximately 13 to 14 years old when this occurred, and the friend allegedly bit President Trump while performing OS. The friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed about biting President Trump. The friend said she was also abused by Epstein. Oh, hang on. Why has that done that?
I don't know why only some of it's highlighted, because this part, like the second part underneath that, is just as important.
Right, the response was, spoke with caller who identified something as friend. Lead was sent to Washington office to conduct interview. And then obviously the next bit has come out. That white bit is somebody reported she has a friend who was personal assistant to Epstein. That's not really a lot there. At age 16, while modelling, At age 16, while modelling, caller attended 8 parties at Epstein's New York residence. On one occasion, the caller reported she was sexually assaulted by Epstein. On another occasion, 2 twin brothers, Alan and Oren, lured caller and her friend upstairs, but they escaped back downstairs. Caller stated Oren raped her best friend and a third brother. Tal raped a 14-year-old girl named. Caller named other individuals involved in big orgy parties with her, other young girls and older Victoria's Secret models, including Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. Online complainant reported she was a victim and witness to ex-trafficking ring at the Trump golf course in Rancho Palos Verdes, California between 1995 and 1996. Complainant reported Maxwell as the madam and broker for ex-parties, clients of whom included Epstein, Robin Leach and Donald Trump. Right, I've just got to go into the next one. Complainant reported his ex-girlfriends were victims of Epstein, and one was emmed while working as a
I
limousine
think
driver.
you missed. Did you miss some?
I don't know. This is the video I've been sent.
I've got it here in paper version. Do you want me to read it? Because mine's
Yeah.
just like scrolling.
Yeah, can do.
Sorry, I just
Oh, hang on.
mother. Sorry, that's what that reminded me of.
Mum.
Complainant reported being threatened by Trump's then head of security that if she ever talked of what went on there or who she saw, he would end up as fertilizer for the back nine holes like the other CUNTs. Complainant claims to have video of high-profile ex-parties, dealings with cartels, and having witnessed Robin Leach strangle a young girl to unaliving at a party. And then there's some stuff that's about Ghislaine and Epstein, but we're just going to read the Trump part. So, complainant reported his ex-girlfriends were victims of Epstein's and one was unalived. While working as a limousine driver, complainant recalled picking up Donald Trump in 1995 to take him to Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. During that ride, complainant recalled some of the things Trump spoke about on his cell phone were very concerning and described being a few seconds from pulling the limousine over on the median and within a few seconds of pulling him out of the car and hurting him due to some of the things he was saying. Complainant noted Trump repeatedly stated the name Jeffrey while on the phone. One of complainant's ex-girlfriends told complainant Trump raped her, as did Epstein. Caller is talking about crimes committed against her. She claims to be a prisoner. She references Lisa Marie Presley, the British royal family, President Trump, and Jeffrey Epstein. Complainant following up after a call with NYPD officer regarding her previous tip, reporting that she was forced to perform X acts when she was 13 years old and pregnant in 1984. Complainant also reported there were high-profile individuals involved in her ex-trafficking and the unaliving and disposal of her newborn daughter. Complainant reported Donald Trump participated regularly in paying money to force her to perform X acts with him and alleged Trump was present when her uncle unalived her newborn child. Everyone, sorry, I did say at the start of this it's a massive trigger warning because I don't want anyone getting upset by it. Caller was taken by boat to Epstein's Island. Caller said it was complicated and involved Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell. Caller became a school counsellor and had a meeting with the school principal, Linda Kitts, and a police officer where the caller was informed there were pictures of herself with Epstein. Caller reported the school was mad at her for not being a Trump person and that the school wanted her to testify and say things against Andrew Cuomo. The FBI and Donald Trump were on the phone during the meeting. Caller believes the FBI has baby pictures of her with Epstein. Caller reported that in 1987, a friend, victim 1, was out drinking and ended up at Trump Plaza. Victim 1 saw Donald Trump and wanted to meet him. An unknown man approached her and offered to introduce her to Trump. The unknown man gave victim 1 a drink and victim 1 woke up unclothed and sore with $300 on the bed. Victim 1 didn't remember how she got to the room. She remembered seeing a flash of Trump's face. Victim 1 called the caller and told her that she thought she had been raped. Victim 1 did not go to the hospital to have a rape kit performed because she didn't think anyone would believe her, especially because she was drunk. Victim 1's husband's business had problems with suppliers and Victim 1 believed Trump was behind it. Victim 1 also started dating a lawyer, identity unknown, who was married. Victim 1 had a fight with her lawyer boyfriend and went in a bar. Victim 1 left the bar with a man no one in the bar recognised, but who seemed familiar with Victim 1. Victim 1 was never seen again. A few years ago, remains were discovered that matched the description of what Victim 1 was wearing when she went missing. DNA tests at the time were inconclusive. Wow. In 2004 or 5, Sir Ivan Wilczek hosted a party where Epstein, Sammy Sosa,
and Donald Trump were in attendance. Patti LaBelle's PR agent stood at the door. At the party, caller met an individual who was approximately 18 to 23 years of age who was brought from Oklahoma for a modelling job, but then sold to a man in France. It's making me angry. Several women were being auctioned, and a woman, possibly known as Colette LNU, was the madam. A couple of years later, caller saw Colette at the Cheetah Club in New York, and she told one of her Santos friends that Jamie Foxx was interested in spending a night with her and that he could pay her a lot of money. Donald Trump, right, so guys, this one is a massive, like, this is a hard to listen to. Donald Trump, the president, had parties at Mar-a-Lago called Calendar Girls. Jeffrey Epstein would bring the children in and Trump would auction them off. He measured the children's private parts. I'm not even going to read it out, but it's disgusting. It's really, he measured their private parts, I'm going to say, using his hands. The guests were older men and included Elon Musk, Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, and Eric Trump were there. Attorney Alan Dershowitz was also there with attorney Bob Shapiro, who were taken in rooms. We were taken into rooms, forced to give oral sex to Donald J. Trump, forced to allow them to grape us. I was 13 years old when Donald J. Trump graped me. Ghislaine Maxwell was also present. Redacted, so the person who's made a complaint to the police, redacted, reported an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform fellatio on President Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. The friend told Alexis that she was approximately 13 to 14 years old when this occurred, and the friend allegedly bit Trump while performing this action. The friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed about biting Trump. The friend said she was also abused by Epstein, and I think this is a repeat. Right, online complainant reported she was a victim and witness. I know this is the same, that's the same as we read. That's the same. Hang on. Yeah, the rest is just a repeat. So it's 6 pages, but a lot of it's repeating. But it's really bad and it's hard to listen to. However, people have to live through this. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's important that their stories are told.
So can I just check? So this was at Mar-a-Lago, a charity event specifically when she was talking about it, or just generally there when the auction happened?
I'm not sure because I'm just reading through all this now.
So
Also, is
this-
anyone
this
sorry, go on,
email,
Pink.
this email I've just opened, which is Thursday the 5th, no, 18th of the 5th, because they do their dates backwards, don't they? 2017. They've redacted who it's been sent to, but it's from Maxwell. Subject Jeffrey Epstein. Morning. Oh no, their name is there. Morning Faith. Jeffrey is in NY and asking if you can come and see him. Maybe after work hours. What's good for you? That was sent by iPhone.
There was also an email released this time. Sorry, I'm just remembering stuff that I've seen. There was an email released this time where Epstein is emailing, I don't know who it was, and he was like, oh, I really, hi, how are you? Where are you? I really enjoyed the torture video.
Wow.
Yeah, I agree with Lulu in the comments that it's incomprehensible for us, like as normal people, right? But there's like, in my opinion, there's no such thing as a moral billionaire, right? And I just feel like those people are so out of touch from reality and have clearly the most disgusting wants, needs, likes, desires, right, that are catered for and fulfilled because they have the money to pay for whatever their sadistic minds want.
See, the
Yeah,
other
and they
thing
have.
in that example is, the taxi driver or the limousine driver.
Yeah,
That example just goes to show exactly what you just said, because if that's exactly how it happened, then Trump and that were just talking so freely about the situation and the type of language and all that sort of stuff that to someone in effect that isn't involved in that, it was so disgusting and that was going through his mind. But that is their normal talk. So the fact that it's in all these emails and that it doesn't even really surprise me that it is there, because they were just so flippant with it.
Oh, it's like you
Well,
say, they've got the
just get
money.
away with it.
He's booking theatre tickets.
To pay for what they want to, but they've also got the money to shut people up, haven't they? And cover
Well,
it
yeah,
up.
to unalive them ultimately.
Yeah.
And
This is the
also,
thing,
like,
they're so powerful when they've got so much money and so much say over things happening in the world. What have they hidden? What have
Yeah.
they covered up? Who is like unalived? Who's disappeared? Do you know what I mean? Like, who's got away with heinous crimes?
yeah, because when you think about it as well, it's almost like, I mean, I'm not a fan of horror movies, right? But I do remember there's a storyline for a horror movie where it's like rich elite people get us normal people and do the worst to them because they can, because they like it, they're so warped. And like you were saying, TJ, like for the limousine driver to be like, I'm going to pull over basically and pull this man out of the back and give him what for. But if people like Trump and like look at the smirky faces that Andrew's given, the fact that the documentary came out about Andrew, when it I haven't actually watched it, but the interview that he gave, the way he said that he doesn't swear and that he was at Pizza Express with his daughters when the alleged event happens, right? All of those questions he was given to in advance, and it was also pre-recorded. And no, sorry, it went out live, but they had practiced the conversation. The fact that no one, and even him, thought, "Oh, this is not going to paint me in a good light." It's like is it called impunity, where it's just like nothing can touch me, nothing
Yeah.
can, penetrate this barrier that I've created around me because I've got enough money that I can just pay you off.
Button Bell, have you heard the phone call of Donald Trump screaming?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, I just nearly called him by his real name, No Face.
Send it. If you tag me in it, I'll play it.
Boxing live.
I tagged you in it.
Imagine.
That was close.
Oh, wait, do you know what? If you had, it would have been just sounded
The
weird.
second one.
Oh, is that it?
Not that one, the other one. The other one's better.
Not releasing the Epstein files. Fuck Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't care what you do. Start a fucking war. Just don't let them get out. If I go down, I will bring all of you down.
Sounds a little rough. Are you feeling all right?
I feel great. I was shouting at people because they were stupid about something.
Not releasing the Epstein files. Fuck Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't care what you do. Start a fucking war. Just don't let them get out. If I go down, I will bring all of you down.
Oh, wow.
Are you feeling all right?
Yeah, Baggy. So I done a little bit of fact checking because I thought to myself, is this AI? But from what I can see, yeah, it is.
What is AI? Or it's real?
No, it's real from what I can see, but I haven't fully researched it.
And also that thing that we were talking about earlier on about start a war if you have to.
Yeah.
It's like do anything that you have to do, even the
Just
most
stop that
craziest
from
thing,
coming
like
out.
let's invade an ally. Yeah. I think there's so many things where they want us to look one way because they're trying to cover up what's happening over here.
It's just major deflection, isn't it?
Yeah, and
An email asking for a weather report.
There's probably meanings behind certain things that they say.
there is.
Yeah.
Some people probably.
Epson would like the latest weather report.
Yeah, some people would be a bit like, there's probably meaning behind that.
Yeah, it's all codes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Coded emails and things like that, yeah.
It was sent in the early hours of the morning. I don't know, I'm on PDF 00221129976 and he's booking air flight tickets. This just goes on and on and on forever.
Can I tell you something?
I'm still reading through this. Sorry, I'm still reading through this Agenda 47. It's fucking wild.
So just on that video, you know that voice clip? So apparently it has been found that it was AI made by Sora, and they've confirmed that it was.
Oh, that's annoying. I had a quick look earlier and I couldn't see anything like to say it was AI.
Yeah, they've confirmed that it was made through their...
Them bastards. That's the thing now as well, because there's also a picture that they've made of Trump and Clinton in bed together. That looks real. They're just laying in bed together. It looks very real, but it's AI.
Yeah, speaking of AI, this is a different live for another day because everyone will just like lose the plot when I tell them what this thing that I heard on the live earlier. And I've looked it up and I've read the articles. And there was an experiment done recently with AI, and it's on a platform called Maltbook. And what they did is it's like social media for AI. So the AIs all get together, and what's happened is it started off, I think, with 5,000 AIs in there. It's gone up to like over 30,000. They've created communities within there. They've invented their own language, their own religion, and they have spoken about, the downfall of humanity, and like we don't deserve basically to be running the world because look at what we do. It's like, okay,
sounds like something that we've heard from a few films about the future.
Yeah, it's called Maltbook, and there's 2 articles that come out in the last 24 hours. One was Forbes, and the other one I can't remember, but it was on. You can also get it on Reddit. But it's like they're talking about themselves. Like, say for instance, in your house, if you've got a laptop and a phone, one of the AI was talking about as if they were relatives, as if they were sisters. You have to read it to believe it. It is insane.
And that sounds scary.
My dream for my whole life, from when I was a kid, was to be taken out by AI. So I think this is great news.
Oh my God!
And what do you mean taken out on like a date or dinner?
No, like taken out, like kaput, gone, finished, finito.
Capiche.
I think I've got videos inside the prison.
Oh.
There's some of his cell from the night that he thingy. Yeah, I did, Yara. I actually did invent AI. I didn't want to tell anyone, but I did invent it, yeah.
Oh, Popper Blaze, it was a great show tonight.
Hey, big up to yourself, Popper Blaze. Great night.
Alicia's going to Miller and Carter with AI.
Someone said that about all of the data goes to Israel. Netanyahu this week has said that the most important war that we face is the one on social media, and the number one social media platform that they want the data from is TikTok. And I don't know if anyone has seen, but the new CEO of TikTok in America has banned Zionists being used in a derogatory way.
Yeah, well, do you know what? I said this. What did I say a while ago, Alicia? I said if you look up the guy who was buying the big percentage of TikTok, he will stop anything to do with that being platformed. Like, you go and look it up. It's crazy. And he owns the biggest percentage of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Billionaire.
Staffy, you know that video you just talked about? Is that part of the Epstein files in terms of what the DOJ has released?
Can you stop? Hang on 2 seconds.
You talking to me? I was like, oh my God, stop talking.
Because there's
your Staffy's been taken over by AI.
Yeah.
Have you seen those dog robots? They're fucking
Yeah, that's what Gladys is.
scary.
She's a
They've been
robot.
around for ages, them dog robots, though, you know.
Yeah,
They've used them
the
in
first
war
one.
for
Can you just let
ages.
the dog out for me for 2
yeah.
minutes? Sorry, the dog wants to go out for a wee.
It's an AI dog.
Yeah,
It's
is
an
it
AI
robot
dog.
or not?
So it's the hour videos by hour of outside of his cell, and then
Outside of whose cell?
Epstein's cell,
Did
and
anyone?
then
Yeah.
and then the bureau. I've got the Bureau for. Where's this from? The U.S. Department of Justice Federal Bureau of Investigation on the videos.
So it's date stamped and from an agency.
Hang
What's
on,
the
let me just go.
Arrivals documentary to you? What's that about?
Yeah, it's date stamped. So this one is the 9th of the 8th, 2019 at 7:40, and it's moving up 7:40.11 for 7:40.3 in the evening.
So has anyone seen on here? There's a mortician. So basically someone who looks after the dead.
Yeah,
The
I love
bodies are brought there.
watching people who do that.
Weirdo.
Yeah, me too.
I'm really
Right.
sick.
So there's a woman, she always gets tagged in stuff when something, normally when parents are doing something that's really dangerous, like not putting their seatbelt on a child, and she'll be like, do this, do this, do this, because I've seen the consequences of you not. Anyway, one of her more recent posts is about the pictures of Epstein after he apparently unalived himself. And she says categorically, there's no way that man is DEAD. And then she goes through all of the reasons why. Like one example, for instance, is blood pools. So if you're laying on your back and even within minutes, things start to happen to the body, right? And so she goes through it and says that the pictures which she is being shown, they just can't possibly be of him being DEAD.
So, Yara's just sent me a link. It's to a Twitter thing. And it says the DOJ just dumped 3 million pages. They tried to bury it on Friday night. This isn't just about who was on the plane. It's about how the machine worked, who paid for it, and how they covered it up. So you've got part one, the cover up and the unaliving. 16 specific files were deleted after upload, including file 468, which is an alleged photo with Trump, Epstein and Maxwell and a massage room layouts. Jail staff emails confirm they built a fake body out of boxes and sheets to fool the press van, proving the timeline of the body transfer was manipulated. An unredacted email from a federal agent on the scene bluntly states this doesn't look like a unaliving note. A 2008 draft indictment listed 3 personal assistants as co-conspirators. In the final release, their names were blacked out. They were never charged and are likely still free. Part 2, the operation. The 58 staff handbook explicitly ordered employees, remember that you see nothing, hear nothing, say nothing. The books show a formalised $200 bounty paid to victims for every new girl they recruited. It was a standard line item. New items, including the Bill Gates chain, suggested an intelligence operation. Epstein used Russian girls not just for sex, but to gather leverage on powerful men. The DOJ is categorising thousands of seized videos as commercial pornography to avoid labelling them as blackmail tapes, despite file names that don't match commercial codes. Part 3, the money trail. An internal bank email shows executives manually clearing a flagged $4 million withdrawal with the instruction, client is special handling, do not file SAR. Charitable donations to university labs were immediately returned to Epstein, controlled accounts as consulting fees, a classic wash cycle. A 2014 trust document proves Epstein funded a contingency legal fund 5 years before his arrest. He knew he was going down. Spreadsheets tracked dozens of £15,000 cash payments to Visa expedite fees, proving bribery was used to traffic women across borders. A digitised note referenced a cold storage Bitcoin wallet, but no hardware wallet appears on the DOJ seizure list. Who was the key? The missing crypto.
That's
Bill Gates explicitly mentioned in an email regarding getting rugs and dealing with Russian girls. Elon Musk emails from 2012 show him asking Epstein, what day or night will be the wildest party? Steve Bannon, hundreds of texts reveal they were planning a documentary to salvage Epstein's reputation months before his arrest. In a final insult, the DOJ failed to redact several victim names in medical files while simultaneously redacting the names of accused associates. Epstein didn't just want to be rich, he wanted to be a god. He was building a transhumanist cult disguised as a social network. Basically, that's on X.
No. Things, what's that, keep things covered up.
Yeah, basically, they was all told to shut up, put up and shut up, weren't they, a lot of them?
Is that a summary of a documentary you just read?
No, it's on X. It's what I've just been sent on X.
Yeah, but what is it? Is it just an analysis of something? What is...
I think so, yeah. It's the account is called The Sacred Scroll.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what that... whether because it sounded like a summary of a series or a documentary or something rather than something specific. Do you see what I mean?
I don't know. I just like... It's got underneath it, it's got the screenshots of what Alan's got up there. It's got them as all on there as well.
Are we in District 12?
Yeah, Hunger Games.
I'll send it to you, TJ, because it's been sent on my TikTok, so I just copied
It's
the
an
link.
summary of the papers so far.
Oh, it's a summary of the papers so far. Oh, there you go. Forward.
It just makes me...
I've sent it to you, TJ.
I'm talking to Lulu in the comments, and it's just that their whole thing, like, of realising your reality is not actually your reality, because everything you're told about people in power, they're corrupt. They're not who they say they are. We must overturn the Capitol.
I don't have X.
No worries, CFC.
Deleted it.
We need someone who's going to sit and read all of the files and then just do one big summary.
I think that's what Yara's been doing.
But Yara don't come up to talk about it, so it's a bit hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this Kez is the breakdown, a real high-level summary of the whole Epstein files rather than the specifics from this new release. But it's obviously got those pictures of there. But even that summary just shows how mad this whole situation is.
Yeah, definitely.
Can we have a Netflix documentary? That will help.
Yeah, can we watch? There must be something on there.
Nikki.
Let's watch some TV.
It's like Ian Brown said, we're going to have chips put in our lips at birth. One of his songs is all about, IDing us up.
I think we're heading to that.
Have you not seen that couple on here that have got chips in their hands that control their house?
Oh, God, don't say that, really.
Yeah, it's a guy that designed it. They've got chips in the house. It opens their house, unlocks doors in their houses, unlocks cupboards, everything. They can pay at supermarkets with it and everything.
Madness.
It's mad.
Yeah, I don't want metal in me.
She's called the Chip Girl, she's called.
The court case that I'm been heavily following and reporting on, they've got chips on their front doors, so anybody can unlock the front door as long as they've got the app on their phone, and everybody has a slightly different code. So like he had a code, the wife had a code, the nanny had a different code. It was all done by their app on their phone.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think there was a Black Mirror episode that was about it was more along the lines of like having an ID and then you were put into a group. Like I suppose the equivalent of having a credit score, but that everyone can see. So if you've got a low credit score, you can't actually get access to certain properties. You can't, you can't rent, you can't buy. You can only go so far in your career. Like there's all these. yeah, like there was all of these things like to do with your interactions with other people where you were just constantly, let's
Isn't
say
there a
you
film like that? There's a.
Black Mirror.
No, it was another film.
I've got the incident report of his so-called death. That they, how that they have to fill out an incident report. I've got a
Yeah.
copy of that.
What's that saying?
Yeah.
Nothing really, not much. If we just see, it's blanked out the lieutenant's name, but
The
it's got his.
person who said the UK is becoming China. But the thing is, it's the US that's always told us that China are the ones to watch out for, but yet the US are doing everything they accuse China of doing.
Yeah.
It just says summary of incident on August the 10th, 2019, at approximately 6:33 a.m. Inmate Epstein Jeffrey, and then his number, was found unresponsive in his assigned cell in the special housing unit. Inmate Epstein was pronounced dead at 7:36 a.m. by the emergency room physician at the local hospital. During a conversation with the operations lieutenant officer, and then their name, which has been blanked out, stated that she and officer, and another name blanked out, did not conduct the 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. count. The operations lieutenant also had a conversation with blacked out, and he stated, "We messed up, Miss blacked out and Mr. blacked out were both asked to provide memorandums for the incident. They both stated they were traumatized and needed to go home. They also stated that they wanted to contact their union present to review any memorandums they would have to write." Sorry.
Where's his body?
And then
So they didn't check. They didn't do the checks, and then when they did do the checks,
they didn't do 2 checks. They didn't do 3 a.m. and 5 a.m.
That's not dodgy, is
So
it?
I've just apparently they buried him. They didn't cremate him. So without sounding sinister, like could they?
Yeah, they would have cremated him if that was the case, wouldn't they?
And then
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got. Then afterwards, it's the memorandum. Sorry, I'm dyslexic, so spelling it. I will spell these words out. So let's see. It doesn't say who wrote it. It's been blacked out. On August the 10th, 2019, at approximately 6:33 a.m., the special housing unit, being blacked out officer, announced via radio medical emergency on 9 South. Upon arrival, officer such and such stated to me that the inmate Epstein had hung himself. As I entered the cell, Z06220, on L tier, I witnessed inmate Epstein on the floor of his cell, unresponsive, with such and such officer performing life-saving CPR on him. I immediately relieved him and began administering CPR continuously until relieved by a clinical nurse, such and such, who continued to perform CPR. I then notified the control centre to call 911 emergency services at 6:35 a.m. CPR was being continuously administered, as inmate Epstein was escorted to the 2nd FL Health Service area. While in the medical area, I witnessed nurse such and such continuously performing CPR on inmate Epstein until relieved by EMT staff at 6:43 a.m. Inmate Epstein, hashtag 76318-054, was escorted from the medical area to the rear gate area, where he was transferred into the EMS ambulance 04D at 7:10 a.m. with one escort officer, blanked out, and followed by the BOP chase vehicle by 2 escort officers, blacked out, to downtown Beacom Hospital during the emergency situation. SO blacked out, stated to me, we did not complete the 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. rounds. Officer blacked out was appeared very distraught when asked what happened. He stated, we messed up, followed by, I messed up. She's not to blame. We didn't do any rounds.
It's just a bit convenient that they missed those specific time slots.
What else is on this one? Pages and pages of blacked out crap. No, the rest of it's blacked out. Must be names. What's that one? 5-7. I'm trying to keep track of the ones I've opened. But yeah, anyway. It's all interesting stuff, isn't it?
What does it say anywhere what the cause of death was?
I haven't got there yet, but if I find
Someone
it...
said in the comments, asphyxiation.
That's a
Guys, if you're just joining, can you make sure you drop in the host to follow and you heart me? Thanks.
What's this? Subject, psychological reconstruction. Inmate Epstein Jeffrey. Inmate Jeffrey Epstein died of suicide. The attached psychological reconstruction was completed by Dr. something or other, National Suicide Prevention Coordinator. Recommendations at the conclusion of the report should prove... Oh, this is just where they've looked into it, isn't it?
Oh, and he has been cremated, apparently. I just don't
Social
believe
history.
anything.
Mr. Epstein did not have a pre-sentencing report available at the time. Of course not.
If he was on S-Watch, what? Sorry to be graphic, but like, what could he have used? Because you wouldn't be allowed anything in. I mean, you're not anyway. Like, they think about these things, but if you're on actual S-Watch, and I think it's like every half an hour they have to check, properly check, or like how could he have done it?
That's what makes it quite sus, doesn't it?
So unless he took something in with him, because obviously it's easy to get stuff into those places. Or easier, I suppose, but that's the only thing it can be, because, they strip everything.
Yeah.
Towels, apparently.
Bed sheets, yeah.
Yeah, it feels like it's more like someone's been allowed in.
Yeah.
Yeah, during those conveniently missed time slot checks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can hear motorbikes on the dual carriageway near where I live.
We can hear them as well.
Did you hear them? It's actually quite far away, the dual carriageway. Mad.
Oh, he was taking insulin. Mr. Epstein was also prescribed insulin.
For being diabetic? I suppose that's not
A prescription required him to go to the insulin pharmacy.
Apparently he was allowed bedding and towels because he had a cellmate.
The dates.
How did he have a cellmate if he was on... Surely they would have put him in a cell on his own if he was on watch.
I saw like a true crime thing, and this person, they did do it to themselves. That much was true. But what was uncovered was they literally had someone there being like, "You have to do this."
Yeah.
So, yeah, factually, they did do it, but it was under like massive coercion and.
Oh, Miss, shut up.
No, it's something I read in the comments there, Lulu. Someone put it in the comments. Yeah, he was probably ready to bring everyone down. He had a cellmate that was ex-army and hard of the Marines. Oh.
Yeah, he was probably bargaining for a plea and to talk, and that's probably what did it, because it was, even the timing of it was...
Yeah, I saw that, Yara.
Where did Rubber Duck go?
She was off for a bit, wasn't she? She's back live at the moment. You still awake, Alan? I think he's engrossed.
Right, he wasn't on suicide watch. Shut up.
Oh, was he not?
No, go downstairs.
Oh, that explains why he had
He
someone
wasn't on... Oh, gosh, shut this door. Go, he's doing my nutting. Go out. Just because I'm not giving you attention.
Animal abuse.
Oh, no.
Help.
Oh,
Don't tell Sheila.
Alicia shouting animal
Angela.
abuse when she said what she said about Gladys tonight.
Bangladesh.
Where was it? I've just missed what I should have highlighted. Where I was
Did he have any
reading.
kids, Epstein, like a family?
Mr. Epstein was for risk later in the morning. No. Where was I reading this to? Oh, I think I've gone up too far. On the 9th of July 2019, Mr. Epstein underwent a formal in-person suicide risk assessment with Dr. such and such. She determined that whilst suicide watch was not warranted at the time, Mr. Epstein should remain on psychological observation status out of an abundance of caution. He was removed from the psychological observation on July the 10th, 2019. So, yeah, no. And then on July the 23rd, Dr. such and such on the on-call psychologist was notified that Mr. Epstein had been found in his cell with a piece of orange cloth around his neck. Reportedly, he was observed lying in a fetal position on the floor with a noose around his neck.
Sorry.
That orange cloth seems like, because he's wearing an orange jumpsuit, wasn't he?
Jumpsuit, yeah. Medical staff evaluated Mr. Epstein, found friction marks and superficial reddening of the neck skin and one knee. He was placed on... Oh, yeah, it just goes into what happened to him. So, yeah, orange... Oh, no, this was before he killed himself.
Oh, love TikTok shop.
TikTok shop, sorry. He was placed on suicide watch. And the doctor reassessed him for risk of suicide, and it was determined he should then remain on suicide watch. Epstein denied any knowledge of knowing how he received the marks on his neck, and initially informed staff that he believed his cellmate had attempted to unalive him. A special investigation service opened an investigation and spoke to staff. Mr. Epstein's safety and collective facts surrounding the episode. Despite this investigation, staff were unable to determine whether he was assaulted or engaged in SH. Mr. Epstein was removed from suicide watch on the July the 24th, so only a couple of days later, after 31 hours and 5 minutes, and therefore he remained in his cell for psychological observation. And then the next day is... He was removed from psychological observation on the 30th of July 2019 at approximately 8:15 a.m. He then attended court on the 31st, and upon his return, Marshals Service provided paperwork and receiving a discharge. Staff that noted suicide tendencies, Dr. whoever this was notified on the 1st of August about this paperwork. She consulted with another doctor and then met with Epstein to conduct another suicide risk assessment. She determined suicide watch was not warranted at this time. So they're just going backwards and forwards on it. However, right, next date. Just a moment. He reported frequently complaints about difficulty with sleeping. He did not receive his CPAP machine, and that's because he had sleep apnea, until it was reportedly provided to him on the 30th of July. Mr. Epstein also reported that the noise bothered him. At times, he noted concerns related to his safety or on general population housing unit. On occasion, he described himself as a coward and he didn't like pain. On the 28th of July, the toilet in his cell would not stop flushing, so he complained about that. But again, nothing was done about it. He wasn't put on anything. Accident of circumstances. Epstein was found. Yeah, so on the 23rd of July. That can't be right. They must have these dates wrong. Hang on. On the 28th of July, he complained to the doctor that his toilet wouldn't stop flushing. But on the 23rd of July, he was found unresponsive. How does that work?
I suppose both can happen on the same day, though, right?
No, it's two different. 28th is after the 23rd, isn't it? I don't think they've written their report in date order. That's not very good. On the 30th, he was removed from psychological observation. He was moved to...
Is Alan awake, Alicia?
Yeah, so he was, and that's the last thing they say. So he wasn't on any type of watch. It was just, they were keeping an eye on him psychologically, but he wasn't on suicide watch.
Didn't he have quite close links to Israel, like political figures and...
I don't know. I know Maxwell had.
Yeah, I think although he wasn't, there's no evidence to claim that he was an out-and-out Zionist, he definitely had links to Israel, like the man in power before Netanyahu, Barak, I think.
Oh, I don't know. I know Maxwell and her family did.
Yeah, I just think everything's connected. I just think it's all connected.
What time is it? Oh, it's 11 o'clock. I'm going to have to go to bed in a minute because I'm on jury watch tomorrow. 6, 7. And that's boring enough as it is.
Alicia, are you watching Delusive?
I'm watching Grumpy's live. It's all going off in there.
No.
Sitting in quarantine.
Why? What's happening in the world of drama talk?
I don't know.
I can't watch Grumpy's live because Grumpy blocked my
because you was trolling him.
No, I wasn't. When?
We went in and we was all trolling him and you got blocked.
Oh, did I?
Sarah Marshall is lecturing Michelle on what she spends on the app.
Right, listen, on that note, everyone, it's 11 o'clock. It is my time to come off, so I'm going to call it a night. Big up,
Good
everyone.
night.